What's up, everyone? It's time once again for a weekly watch list. What this is my favorite setups for the upcoming week. Basically, my game plan, how I'm going to trade these, the reasoning. But if you haven't already, be sure you go hit that thumbs up button, turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming free education I release on here. So let's get right into this. Ticker SPY. So basically, what I'm looking for is a bounce down around this 484.41. This is an hourly support. Been more of a range we're bouncing in. I will point that out, like 485 to 484.4. So once we get down to that, what I like to do is pull up the SPX chart to fine tune what I'm trading. I prefer to trade SPX levels, and you can trade them using SPY options, SPX options, or ES futures. And if you want even less risk trading futures, you can trade MES. If you're not familiar with that, a simple Google search should help clarify it for you. But anyways, so anytime I talk about SPY, SPX, ES, you can trade based off each other's levels. So basically looking for a bounce down here. I want to note we have an hourly trend here as well. So, this third bounce is going to be important. We could have a nice continue up, or we could break it, possibly play this short until we're bounced. That's not my ideal setup. I like catching bounces, but we could be something to watch. I guess a safer entry would be if we broke it, come back up, retest that trend line, then got in puts, caught the move down. Puts or ES shorts, whichever one you prefer. But ideally, I want to watch for a bounce down here around this level. Now let's take a look at SPX. You can see a lot clearer what I'm looking for here. Three things we're going to keep on watch this week, right? This is our bounce area on SPX for calls, SPY calls, SPX calls, ES longs, whichever one you prefer, okay? So that, and this has been the reject area, this 4906 to 4903 to 4900 area. This has been where we've been rejecting. We've been trading, coming back and forth. So right now, I'm looking to take rejects in this area. I'm looking to take bounces here. Now, if we break above this, make a newer high, right? Higher high. I want to see something like this for the retest. Push up, pull back, retest this area for possible call entry here for longs, okay? Three different things to watch there, but it's really basic, simple trading. I watch price action and volume to confirm. I'm watching the volume on SPY mainly when trading, levels based off SPX. Next setup on QQQ. So keep in mind, I know I say this often. I will eventually not say this as much once I get it into everyone's mind. If you're trading QQQ, you can trade QQQ options, or you can trade NQ futures based off these levels, or MNQ for less risk, okay? So what I'm looking for is basically a bounce down around this 421 to 420.57 area. I'm gonna watch for calls down there or NQ longs. You're probably wondering, like, Grizzly, why are you trading SPX options more? Why are you trading futures more now? One reason I'm just gonna point out is much better tax bracket. When you're trading in SPX options or futures, you're taxed, from what I read, I could be wrong, but from what I've read and I'm understanding, you're taxed at 60% long term and 40% short term. So much better taxes on these than opposed to trading like Apple options or SPY options, from what I can tell. Anyways, looking for this 421 to 420.57 bounce for calls or longs. And I want to point out, we have this hourly trend line to the upside. A little difference in SPY and QQQ these days, if you haven't noticed, but we have the hourly trend line here. It's worth noting, we could reject this again, but I'd ideally be looking for a breakout of it for a call entry or longs, okay? We're kind of close to it. I wouldn't be surprised if we wouldn't right at it when we open, but we'll see. So ideally, I'm going to look for a break above that for calls. I like the SPY or SPX setup much better this week. And I have one individual stock on watch. Let's take a look. The individual stock I have on watch this week is Disney, ticker DIS. So what I'm looking for here is, you can probably see it on the daily better. Let's take a look here. Zoom out just a little bit. Yeah, looking for a break above this 96.51 for a possible call entry. We get above that, we have room up to this 100. Now, above that, we do have room to 103.91. That looks like a solid reject area to me. So ideally, if we caught that move up, I'm sure most of us would be out of the trade by 100. It's a day trade. But, if we did manage to hold, we get a big move, we took this for a longer term trade, I would be looking to reject this 104 area for a possible put entry. But as usual, I'm going to focus mainly on SPY, QQQ, SPX, trading futures. That's my go-to. This setup, for those of you that still like trading options, regular stocks, this is a solid setup. I like it. Again, I like to tell people when I look for a breakout, I'm taking the breakout trade like the initial break above a level, typically ladder size. And I like to let the bid side on level 2 get above that level before I enter. I want to see some aggressive buyers in the market, right? That's what I'm looking for. Maybe even some, bullish flow moving in, all right? Above 96.51 for calls, 100. Looks like we have room up to that 100. Be sure you're managing your trade. Nothing wrong with waiting on a possible retest for an entry like we talked about before. Now, that's all for the watch list, but I want to say this. I've had a lot of people ask me, Grizzly, what are you working on? So I'm working with a team. We're working on a platform that's, I believe, going to change the game for real. Like I have, I got my hopes up. And if you're interested in that and you want the updates, you want to get it as soon as it drops, if you want to, receive an email as soon as I'm ready to do it, be one of the first to join, go to grizzlytrades.com or go to the link in the description and just subscribe to my email list. It's free, takes like 5 seconds. You get free newsletters and you'll be one of the first to know when it's done. Can't say much about it, but here maybe in a month I'll be able to say a little more about it. Really excited. That's it. I hope you all crush it this week. I'm manifesting a huge week for us all. Be sure to tune in to my Instagram lives, and I'm live on TikTok now as well. So appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.